Actually, I don't have anything in my teeth.
Let me check. Oh, you're good.
Yeah. I don't think I've told you this, but it's a good quality. It's something that...
Thank you. I should have a million nicks, but...
I have one thing.
I could think of like 3.
Go ahead.
Matt hates...
Out of all the relationships that came from the show, why do you think yours is one of the longest that has lasted?
I'll say this.
Would you recommend any of your single friends to go on the show today?
Hell!
All right, y'all, welcome back to the channel. Highly requested content right now is all things around my girlfriend, Rachel. Rachel and I live a crazy life. We travel a bunch, we seemingly eat everything. She lives in Alpharetta, Georgia, and I live in Miami, Florida. So balancing a long distance relationship, but we're always together. Whether we're both in Alpharetta or we're both in Miami, or we're both in New York, we practically are joined at the hip. We do everything together. But to get Rachel to sit down for this Q&A that I've put together for her, I've got to go pick up her favorite food, which is sushi. So I'm on the way to her favorite sushi spot. You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. I'm gonna benefit from this as well because I love sushi and I've got a marathon coming up, so it's a nice healthy lunch. Let's do it. Okay, we're leaving Rachel's favorite spot. We've got the sushi in bag, and just to show you how much of a sushi lover she is, she's even got the freaking sushi keychains that we got on our trip to Tokyo, Japan.
Want these? Me neither. Trash. I'm not a big tomato girl. Hey. Hey!
I got 2.
Okay.
Every time we get sushi, this is exactly how it goes.
What do you mean?
I could just open this up and start eating, but Rachel has like, you know.
What did you literally just make over there? You put wasabi, you did your whole thing too. You have your sauce, I have
wasabi
mine.
in there and I mashed it.
Yeah, so don't act like you were just opening that
What's in
and eating it. That's spicy mayo. I'm agreeing that I make my sauce, but you just made yours too.
It's not equal.
You just said, okay. And now you're using my spicy mayo.
Our spicy mayo.
See? You make fun of me for it and then you use it too.
It's so good.
It is good, right? You want some of this?
Dang.
What do you think?
Fire. I get why you order it every time. What's going on, y'all? Matt James here. This is my lovely girlfriend, Rachel. Only way I could get Rachel to sit down for this Q&A session is to provide her with her favorite food, sushi.
That is true.
Anytime you need anything, gentlemen, find out what that is that your lady likes. I'm fortunate enough that I also love sushi, so it works. And whatever she doesn't eat, I'll clean up.
I'll say this, we don't ask for much.
No.
It really doesn't take a lot to make us happy.
No. We're simple people. And you'll see that on this channel. A lot of exercise.
Oh, I was talking about women.
Oh. Well, that too. Especially now that the bar has been set very low.
True.
So men,
We've talked about that.
if you want to make your lady happy,
The bar's never been lower.
go find some sushi, find whatever she likes. What you can expect on this channel is a lot of this interaction. Me and Rachel do everything together. Travel, food, exercise. I love to run, so expect a lot of running content. And there's not a place that I won't go in the world for a good burger or a good plate of pasta.
Facts. That's the truest thing you've ever said. I'm my little YouTuber. Like and subscribe.
Hey, you're getting good at this.
Hand hug.
What was y'all's first impression of each other?
I want you to go first because I've probably answered this.
No, I want you to go first. Ladies first.
I mean, obviously coming out of the limo, which is so weird to think about. Like that's the first time I ever seeing you or meeting you. Off the bat, I mean, most handsome man ever. Tall, dark, and handsome in a suit. I couldn't believe I didn't throw up on him. And then, yeah, I feel like our first conversation surprisingly went well. Like
Why do you say surprisingly?
Because when I get so nervous, my mind just goes blank. That couldn't have been a worse first scenario. Because what they don't show you, there's probably what, 50 people around the set. There's like hanging, moving cameras, lights everywhere. I mean, I really to this day don't know how I did that. But I will say, when I grabbed your hands, you were kind of shaky too. In a way, it was sweet because I was like, oh, he's nervous too. Like at the end of the day, you're just a normal guy too.
Pretty girls make me nervous.
Oh, stop. When you think of being like the lead or whatever, you think that it's this like perfect person that has it all together. And then when I felt your hand shaking, I was like, oh, he's just a normal guy too, you know? But yeah, I mean, obviously first impressions was just like the most handsome man in the world. And I liked your laugh.
Like my laugh?
Yeah, I still tell you that today. I want you to answer that though. I don't think you've never answered that.
My first impression? My first impression was relief because I'm just like, I was so skeptical about doing something like that, like going on a reality TV show. I'm like, what if I'm not attracted to anybody? Like, what if no one's normal? And then after meeting you and having that conversation, I was just like,
you thought it was normal? In a good way?
yeah. It was like a binary scale. It was either like normal or not normal. And a lot of people that I met were what I would consider, to put it nicely put, someone I'm not compatible with. I wouldn't ever imagine that like I would do something like that. I would imagine that the people who were going on that show were weird, you know?
And you still did it?
Listen, it was during the shutdown. What do you want me to say?
Did you actually go on thinking you'd find someone?
I was hopeful.
Yeah.
Solely because of how Tyler changed after his experience on the show. Side note, Tyler Cameron, one of my best friends, went on The Bachelorette 2 seasons before I was The Bachelor. He ended up taking second place.
Second place. As if it's like a race.
He ended up being the runner-up, but he changed as a person when he came back. And that gave me confidence going into it that like this experience might change me and I could find someone like he did.
What are some things that your partner does that always makes you smile?
I would say the thing that makes me smile is when I don't have to communicate my feelings towards Rachel and she already knows what I'm feeling and where I'm at.
Yeah, I feel like you're pretty easy to read now. Or I think I know you better than anyone.
Anything can be happening and then Rachel will read the room, read me, and like assess, and then I would say just you picking up on things that show me that you know me better than anybody else. You do it all the time, and it's just like, wow, I'm so lucky that anybody has someone that, you know, they connect with like that.
Love that. I mean, you make me smile like every 5 seconds. You're just a goof. It's like one of those things, ladies know this, you know you're attracted to a guy if you're giggling even when he's not even doing anything funny. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good sign. If you're ever on a date with a girl and she keeps giggling, she likes you.
What is the most challenging aspect of your relationship and how do you navigate it?
I would say easily by far the most challenging thing is having a lot of outside eyes on our relationship, trying to keep like the peace and protect our relationship just within one another and not let that outside noise and people just looking in from the outside and giving their opinion even when it wasn't asked for. Yeah, people just trying to tell us what to do and how to live. That's easier now than ever. I think that was a big challenge at the beginning, and I would let the outside noise really get to me.
Yeah.
But now, I don't think it really bothers me at all.
Yeah, I would agree. I would say that the biggest challenge is outside perception of how we should be going about our relationship. And then you see stuff happen like, you know, couples in our similar situation who are engaged end up breaking it off or calling it off because they rush things or were doing things to appease other people. No shots fired.
Respectfully.
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 How do you guys handle disagreements or conflicts?
I like to think that I've taught you a little bit about this. A rule of mine is if you're very angry, you should maybe like take a little step back, go for a walk, or just separate for a little bit because you don't want to say something that you don't mean, like in heat of the moment. I would say biggest thing right now is reminding each other, you know, if there ever is any sort of argument or miscommunication, that we are mad at a problem and we're not mad at each other. And we need to fix whatever is over here and not, you know,
like
bring down each other's character or something that doesn't have to do with the problem that's right here.
I like that.
Am I answering for both of us?
Yeah, that was good.
Okay.
How would you describe your relationship in 3 words?
Ooh.
Oh, I got it. Once in a lifetime.
Ooh.
In is a word. I just made it up.
3 words. I would say adventure.
That's good. Dang, they snapped today. Need a drink. Sponsored by Poppy.
I would say adventure, food, and family.
I love that. That's cute.
What's one thing you love about each other's relationship that you haven't told them before?
I don't know if I've ever said this, but you might know it already. I love how close you are with your mom and how you have a lot of like female friendships in your life, because I think that says a lot about how you view women. I think that, you know, you look up to your mom in so many ways for how she like raised you all on her own. And then same thing with like all these female athletes that you admired and everything like that. That's such a green flag to me. I don't think a lot of guys do that. I don't know.
Dang, yeah, you never told me that.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever voiced that. But I'll say this, it's because I've had like people DM me and be like, does this not bother you? And I'm like, it actually does the opposite, because I feel secure in our relationship, you know?
Yeah.
And it's nice that, yeah, you just like admire women like that, because I don't think we get enough credit sometimes, especially in the athletic department.
I agree.
You know what you need to say?
What? Thank you for sharing that. I don't have anything in my teeth.
Let me check. Oh, you're good.
Okay. I don't think I've told you this, but anytime anything exciting is about to happen in your life, like whether it's something you're excited about, a concert, a vacation, an event, a festival, a gift that you've received, your first inclination is to think about how someone else could benefit from it. And like you're always, yeah, like anytime that, like let's say like Olivia Rodrigo's coming to town. Are you happy I got her last name right?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to say it wrong.
I was fighting to say Rogario. You're not thinking like, oh, this is gonna be so fun. You're like, my friends would have the best time. Like, what can I do to make sure that we get everybody tickets? Same thing with me going down to Disney for a race. You're like, oh, Trin would love to come, which is your younger sister. So like, just like constantly trying to find ways to include other people and like make their life joyful. And
love that.
yeah, I mean, it's a good quality. It's something that,
Thank you.
it's a selfless quality, and it's like the mother in you that's like waiting to come out.
Yeah, I actually totally agree with that. That's like my favorite thing. I actually do think I'm very nurturing, I will say.
What are some things that help keep the spark alive in y'all's relationship?
I don't even feel like the spark's ever gone down, I will say. I think the reason that the spark's still there, for me, I do think it's just listening to each other's love languages. I think that's so important. Yeah, just making sure that other person feels loved and heard about whatever it is that is important to them. Like specifically.
Something right here.
Well, get it before I finish an entire answer.
There we go.
Okay, thank you. Now I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I would just say little reminders of things, like reminding one another how much we love each other. And I do think actions speak louder than words. Whether it's you bringing me home a coffee, like that's so little, but I feel so loved. Like just little things like that. I think the little things turn into the big things. And I think people forget about the little things.
That's a bar.
Really?
Yeah, I like that. I would just say by listening and spending quality time with each other.
Yeah.
Like I think that couples are with each other a lot, but they're not like actually spending time with each other.
Yeah.
And I feel like when we're together, we do a good job of like actually spending time with each other.
We're like around a lot of people a lot of the time, or off at an event, or you know, traveling for work or marathons, whatever it is. At the end of the day, just having like that time for one another is very important.
Do you guys have any icks for each other?
I probably have a million icks. Like, or I'll say this, I should have a million icks, but they don't give me the ick. That's how I knew I really loved him. I will like see things or whatever it is, and I'm like, that would give anyone else the ick, but that doesn't give me the ick.
I have one thing.
I could think of like 3 for me.
Go ahead.
Matt hates when I kiss animals.
I will die on that hill.
Right?
Yeah.
I love giving my little kitten kisses on her head, and I love just like getting all snuggly with my dog, and he hates it.
Some white people
I don't like let her lick the inside of my mouth or anything. I've read that can actually like cause disease and stuff.
Yeah, that's why I'm watching.
But I don't let her do that. I love like sniffing her ears, all that stuff, and he hates it. I would say that's an ick. I'll say like an ick for me should be like you leaving your gum places. Like I just stepped on his gum the other day, or I put my feet on my coffee table and there's just wads of gum everywhere. Like that should gross me out, but like I'm so used to it and it doesn't.
I'm guilty, brother. Sorry, brother.
There's plenty of things like that. What were you
I was
gonna
gonna
say?
say like if anytime you're eating something and you pick something up with your finger and eat it.
Yeah, but I try not to do that now because I know you. But like, do you hate even if I like you would? Can I ask? Okay.
Yes.
Like that would bother you? I can't
yes.
use my hands?
Next question.
Out of all the relationships that came from the show, why do you think yours is one of the longest that has lasted?
I'll say this. I think a lot of the time, it's not luck, but I think the lead needs to really listen to himself and not let outside noise get to them. And I'm saying that from an outsider perspective. Like, I've obviously never been a lead. And I just think that for us, it was like against all odds. Like, I don't think that people wanted us together. And you just listened to yourself because you were like, no, there's something here. Like, maybe America wants me to be with this person. Maybe production wants me to be with this person, but I want to be with this person. I'm not gonna like stray away from that. And then just how we've handled everything after the fact. So like, I mean, it's no secret that we went through like a hard time at the beginning. So now I feel like we went through that to where it's like, we could probably go through anything, right? What do you think?
I would say that like, I think that most people's relationships that don't work out because they're doing it for other people.
Yeah.
They're not doing it for themselves.
Yeah, I just don't think people are compatible at the end of the day. Like, you really don't truly know, you just can't fully know someone in the time that you're given.
I don't think the show's set up for there to be a successful couple.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, that's why
That's
I wanted to say like we got lucky.
It is luck. You got lucky.
But
I got lucky with you being there.
Yeah. No, that's what like a lot of it to me is just
have
like
some
fate.
humility.
No, I'm saying the same thing with you. Like, I can't believe I even went on the show and like they even wanted me. I still to this day I'm like, why did they even want me as a contestant? I don't know. I feel like I'm not good TV.
Maybe I'm lucky.
All right.
Would you recommend any of your single friends to go on the show today?
Hell no.
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 That's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's the answer.
What's one moment from behind the scenes that didn't make it on the show?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, so much. Oh my gosh. All the funniest stuff. Like
Yeah.
there was so many like little cute funny moments, like legit funny, where they could like see like, oh, like this woman has a personality, like, oh, like he's kind of funny, that they didn't include, and they make you look like a stiff. And they're like,
First thing that just came to mind is on my first one-on-one date with him. I guess I told you beforehand how much I loved sushi. And so I don't know who made it happen, but I don't know if they showed this. Did they show it?
no, they didn't.
Huge boat of sushi for like our eating portion after we went shopping.
Not a boat, a room.
Do you remember? I mean,
Yeah,
it was
yeah, it was
literally
crazy.
like a boat the size of this table.
It was
almost.
crazy.
No soy sauce, 0 soy sauce. And the roll that he gave me, like picked up and made me eat on camera, had cream cheese in it. I love sushi and I love cream cheese, but together, oh my gosh. Like if you want me to throw up, give me that piece of sushi. So he hands me this piece. I'm like fighting tears back. I'm fighting vomit back just to eat this for the camera. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, this is disgusting.
I'm like this, I'm like, it's good, isn't it?
Oh my gosh. And it like ended up being funny because I was like, oh my gosh, I hate cream cheese and sushi. He still made me eat it. So that's the first thing that comes to mind. I'm trying to think, the whole skydiving thing, they cut that.
Yeah.
That was actually the craziest thing, hours and hours between me actually having that accident and then us like having that conversation where, you know, my hair is crazy and I'm not okay. And then the next clip, I'm like perfect. 3 hours in between that of absolute chaos that they didn't show.
Yeah.
What
Those are
else?
good.
That's it?
Yeah.
Aside from each other, who was your favorite person in the house / like on the show and why?
You wanna go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
I was gonna make it easy for everyone and say like one of the women.
Oh, okay. I guess that's a little spicier.
Yeah. This is gonna be a hot take. Are you ready for this?
Okay. What are you gonna say?
Victoria.
I knew you were gonna say that. Why Victoria?
She was so unserious.
That was your favorite woman in the house?
Yes. You wanna know why? Because she was unserious and she lightened the mood. Like anytime she was around, the things that she would spout and like that would come out of her mouth and like that would happen, like it eased the tension.
No, we were 1,000% were so sad when she left.
Right?
Yeah.
Like there was times where
She went from being the most hated to being like, people were genuinely like, oh, bye.
No, this happened all the time. We'd be at a rose ceremony and someone would go home and the women were crying. And I'm like Rachel's got a rose and she's like literally in tears and looks pissed. And I'm just like,
that's
why are you
worst.
upset? Like you're staying, like I'm here. And they're just like.
Imagine saying bye to your like this person that like you have like a trauma bond with all of a sudden, and like you become really close in a matter of days, and then you're like, am I ever gonna see you again?
Yeah, she was hilarious. Like,
yeah, she was.
Could
really
you see
funny.
that though?
No, yeah, like it's just so funny how she went from being hated in the house at the beginning, and then people were like, oh, this is just who you are. And then she would start saying stuff that was so funny in a non-bullying way, like that stuff aside.
Right.
Just like her little one-liners.
Yeah.
So funny. Well, I would say I still talk to a lot of the women. I feel like I can't pick one. I feel like I talk to Kit a lot still. Love Kit so much. Bree, I'll always have like such a soft spot, a special spot for Bree, because I feel like we were close on the show. We both have tried to keep that friendship afterwards, and I also feel like she's kind of in like the group now.
Yeah,
too,
that's crazy. Like
Bree is dating one of his best friends now.
So our friend group, like we're always together. We're together for New Year's.
You just saw her in Austin.
Yeah, I see Bree on a regular basis. Yeah, which is fun.
Yeah, I would say those two are like my girls.
Yeah.
What's one thing viewers would be surprised to know about the show?
Oh my gosh, so much.
I would say they would be surprised, and I'll break that down. So a week shooting is 4 days, whereas, so after a week, you're almost in 2 weeks of production.
Yeah.
So 8 days of production is 2 weeks. Week 8, so 8 times 4, 8, 16, 20, 32. So a month is 8 weeks. So after a month of shooting, we're on week 8 technically. So time is sped up times 2 essentially.
I wish that there were questions like this question. I'm sure there's so many questions that viewers have about the show, like behind the scenes stuff that they don't know that we can answer. But
I don't know how many we can answer, but.
I know, but that's what I'm trying to think of, something that they actually would. I can't think of anything. Maybe that's another idea for a video.
Yeah.
We'll keep it NDA respectful.
Yeah, for sure.
Last question. Where do you see your relationship in the next few years?
I'll say 5 years. 10 years is a lot. 2 years, 3 years, eh. Next 5 years, he might have a stroke right here. Next 5 years, I want to be pregnant.
I agree. No, that's not shocking. I want you to be pregnant.
That'll be what, 32? Yeah, I feel like I'll be ready to be a mom at that point. I mean, if it happens tomorrow, great. But yeah, 5 years, I would love a little baby right here.
Where do you want to live?
I feel like we're both pretty lenient on where we live. I could live here, I could live in Florida. I mean, I could live anywhere. You wanna go to live in California? Sure.
Yeah.
You wanna live in Europe? Okay.
Yeah, that's so true. I'd be down.
Okay. Yeah, we'll probably, knowing us, we'll probably live
Doing
in
an international stint.
I would love it.
I mean, yeah, I'm getting old.
Yeah, you are.
Rachel tells me that all the time. She's like,
Well, in 5 years, you'll be 37.
yeah.
You'll be pushing 40.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to have kids. I want to have multiple kids. So hopefully at this point in 5 years, we have like, one and one on the way.
Really?
Hopefully.
I don't know, we'll see. Whatever God gives us.
All right, y'all, we're out of sushi and we're out of time. This is another testament to the fact that we actually do eat all the food that we order. Next time around, we're gonna spice up the questions. Make sure you like and subscribe so that we can keep these videos coming.
And comment down any questions that you have for us that maybe we can answer for the next video.
See y'all in the next one.